So recently I got to try the new titanium giant mouse mini grand, the Ace, the mini grand. Now, there's also obviously the large version, right? Which I absolutely love. I do have a full first impressions on these. I also got to try, or also got to test the Jutland, which is one of my favorite giant mouses. I absolutely love the giant mouse Ace Jutland. It's extremely well done. The Ace Sonoma, another one that's incredible. But now I have the most premium giant mouse I think I've ever featured on the channel or have felt. And this is the giant mouse Ace CLYDE, but this is the GMX titanium integral version in S90V. And it is very, very well done. Now, the S90V is done by RIAT because this is a RIAT build. It has a deep carry clip. We're going to go more into that here in 1 second. But it has the thumb stud action just like the regular Ace CLYDE, which I do have one of those around here somewhere. The detent on this is perfect. Perfection on this detent. Very, very smooth, not too strong, not too light, but I would call it a 6. So 5 being like I would say 5.5 because it's on the stronger side of perfect. 5 being perfect. 10 being the strongest, 1 being the lightest, 5 being perfect. Yeah, this is a 5.5. It is really, really good on the stronger side of perfect. Beautiful satin finish, crowned spine on this straight back blade. I would call it a straight back, but you know what? It's actually a trailing point. I'm sorry. It's a trailing point, but it has very little lift. It's mostly straight back. Then we have this beautiful brass inlay on the titanium integral frame lock. Integral means that this whole handle is made out of one solid piece. This is not a two-piece construction. It's just one solid piece. Lock bar access is exactly what I dream about. I absolutely love good lock bar access or great lock bar access. I like, when they go overboard with it because I think it's so comfortable. It's just a very comfortable way to disengage a knife. And this one is really, really good. Now, as far as reverse flicking, you cannot do that. It does not have a thumb stud on that side, but if you are left-handed, it is very good. So this might be satisfying for people that are left-handed if they like to reverse flick. Now, you cannot move the clip over, so that is one negative. The lock bar engages so good. Even if you do the slowest slow roll, that lock bar just snaps in and locks that blade up rock solid. And it has Volt-like lockup. I mean, it is so solid. So it has a very satisfying slow roll to it because of that engagement. When you disengage it, it's so comfortable and you have this nice little jimping on there. It's super duper smooth on the drop. Definitely on bearings, no friction whatsoever. So yeah, that does make this knife, with the action, the detent, the lockup, all those things put together, it makes it feel very, very premium. The crown spine, there's no real sharp corners, besides the edge. But yeah, very, very nice. And if you look, they integrated the lanyard hole into the integral. So this is all machined. It looks like it's almost a backspacer, but it's all just one solid piece. You can see the deep carry clip is inset. It is perfectly centered. And the S90V should be pretty well done considering it's RIAT doing it. The edge is really, really sharp. Now I do have some negative things that we're going to go over. One being that the geometry is more on the robust side, which I've said about the other version, the micarta version. It's a little bit more on the robust side. Now, is it so thick that you can't get by cutting with it? No, it'll cut just fine, but it's robust. The next thing is the sharpening tool and plunge grind. Ooh, it's an ugly one. It lands right on the edge, the plunge grind. So I'd prefer the plunge grind to be moved back so you don't create a smile when you sharpen. The next thing is this clip. This clip is like hitting a wall. with my thick pants, it's very difficult to get it in. Now with regular seam, because I have pants that have a double wide pocket seam, so those are on the thicker side. But even on the slimmer ones, the ones that are not double walled, it still is like hitting a wall. It goes in easier, but it could definitely be better. There's just like no ramp there. So that is a huge negative. Now, once it's in the pocket, it's fine. Pulling it out, it's fine. But getting it in, I do think the clip looks really cool. It's stylish, so it does have that, but the clip could be better. My next little nitpick is, and this is not really that big of a deal, but you know, I do kind of wish it had something else, you know, to flick instead of just the thumb flick, even though it's a great thumb flick. So it would have been cool if they almost did a front flipper on this, or possibly opened it up on this side for, you know, double thumb stud. Either way, it's really, really good. Very comfortable in the hand. You can use it in all grips, and it is very pokey. You can do utility cuts, but you do have to lift your arm all the way up, so you're going to lose some leverage. The spine is very thick. It's definitely not one you're most likely going to break, but extremely, extremely well done. The inlay pops up just a tiny bit, which is definitely on purpose. It sits a little bit proud. Then you have the brass pivot collar on this side, the steel lock bar insert on the titanium lock bar. And yeah, all in all, man, this thing is very, very solid. It feels, like I said, very premium. But I do have one last complaint, and that's the price tag. Now, the price, I know this is an integral. I understand it's S90V, so you know it's going to be expensive, but it's like $450, I think. You know, that is a little bit on the hefty side. Granted, you get all these materials and stuff, and it is RIAT, which, you know, they do a really, really good job. But I think 400 would have been a little bit better place for this. Even like 375 to 400, I think would have been a very happy place for this. It would have felt good. You'd have felt like you were getting a good deal, even though that's still quite a bit of money, but, you know, considering all the details. However, $450, the person that's going to buy this, they're limited. You can only get one per person, so they are numbered. This one is 279, so there's not a lot of them. So, you know, the price is going to be what it is, because it is kind of an exclusive to some extent to the people that actually do like it that much and love it. So if it's too overpriced for you, no big deal, because there ain't that many of them. So anyways, there you guys go. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.